Hi everyone, it's Lauren from Spoon Please. Today we'll be making a lemon almond cake. This gluten-free cake is sure to wow your guests without compromising texture. It's quite delicious and I hope you enjoy it. For this cake you will need half a cup of softened butter, half a cup of sugar, 4 eggs that I leave out to get to room temperature, 1 cup of ricotta. I use the whole milk ricotta, and 1.5 cups of ground almonds. This is readily available. I got it at Sam's. It comes in a giant bag, which is why I'm using it today. 1 lemon, salt, and vanilla extract. I like to use the paste because I feel like it lasts longer and it just has a better flavor. Now to begin, I do separate my egg whites from my egg yolks, and I like to whip my egg whites first for this cake so that I'm not cleaning the bowl. This is one of my favorite tricks because I don't like to do dishes. There are some weirdos out there who like doing them, and by all means you may do the egg whites later, but I find that I have more success if I whip egg whites first because sometimes cleaning the bowl, there might be a little bit of fat left in the bowl, and fat and egg whites don't really like each other. So that's just a little tip. So I whip this and it takes a few minutes, so just be a little bit patient with it. So I do whip them to a stiff peak. As you can see, they keep their form. So I set them aside, and to begin we will whip the butter, or cream the butter together with the sugar. So once you have your butter and your sugar combined together and it's kind of got a little bit of air in it, always scrape down the bowl when baking. You just want to make sure, sometimes the beater doesn't quite get into the center, so you just want to make sure that you're mixing everything correctly. Egg yolks off camera because I'm learning how to video these recipes. It's a little bit of a learning curve, making sure that all the camera angles are right. So we're going to scrape down the bowl again to make sure that we have the egg combined into the butter and sugar correctly. Now we're going to add the rest of our liquid ingredients. The ricotta, I use the lemon juice and the lemon zest, and also a teaspoon of the vanilla. And now I'm going to add some salt. I use about half a teaspoon of salt. Now we're going to scrape down the bowl one more time and add our almond meal. we can now add in our egg whites. So I like to scrape down the bowl and make sure everything's well incorporated. And I add about 1/3 of the egg whites and give it a good fold. So the best way to fold in egg whites, and the reason why you're doing 1/3 of the egg whites now is so that you're not losing a ton of air. You're trying to use a little bit of the egg whites to give it more of a fluidity so that you can mix it well enough and not lose the air from the other 2/3 of the egg whites. So I like to do it in a C motion and kind of cut through the middle. And now that that's all incorporated well, and I don't really see any egg whites in the batter, I will add the rest of the egg whites in and use the C motion with the kind of cut it through the middle. And I'm putting this in a greased tart shell, so just to give it kind of a cute flair, I guess. And also the bottom removes, so it's a little bit easier. So you can see there's kind of like little pockets of air, so that means you did a good job of folding in your egg whites. If you don't have those pockets of air, then your cake might come out flat. So I am adding some almonds to the top of this. I did soak these almonds in a little bit of water so that they wouldn't burn in the oven. And I'm just kind of prettying it up. So then we're going to stick it in a 325-degree oven for 40 minutes. So then it comes out perfectly golden brown. To top this off, I did make a little bit of a syrup with lemon and some sugar boiled down to a syrup. And I just kind of glazed the top so it's kind of got a glistening look to it. I did try putting some straight elderflower liqueur on it, and that was also very delicious. If you have elderflower cordial, that would also be even better. Elderflower is one of our favorite things in this house, so any way I can incorporate it into anything, it's great. But I hope that you enjoy this cake. It was wonderfully delicious and had a great texture, and it will surely surprise any of your guests.